whitewashed walls glowing under the southern sun, millennia-old caves carved into olive-studded hills, golden beaches, handmade cheese, vineyard lunches, and views that melt into the sea. This is Ostuni, the white city of Puglia, where every step tells a story and every bite feels like home. Best time to visit Ostuni. The best time to visit Ostuni is from May to mid-October, when sunny days and warm breezes make it ideal for exploring hill towns and relaxing by the coast. July and August bring peak crowds and higher prices, while May, June, and September offer perfect weather with fewer tourists. In shoulder season, you'll get sunshine, but with a quieter, more local vibe. Average temperatures range from 75 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, 24 to 32 degrees Celsius in summer, and 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 16 to 21 degrees Celsius in spring and fall. Airport tips. The closest airport to Ostuni is Brindisi Airport, just 35 minutes away by car. For international routes, Badi Airport is another option, about 75 minutes north. The fastest way to reach Ostuni from either airport is by taxi or rental car. Expect to pay around 60 USD from Brindisi and 100 USD from Badi. Trains run from both cities to Ostuni, but the station is located 4 kilometers from the town center, so you'll need to take a local taxi or shuttle to reach your accommodation. Where to stay in Ostuni? For a luxurious countryside retreat, stay just outside the town at a masseria, like Masseria Salinola, where olive groves, pools, and farm-to-table dining create a peaceful escape. Expect rates around 250 to 400 USD per night. If you want to be close to the action, the Old Town is perfect for walkable charm and historic atmosphere. Boutique stays like Hotel La Terra offer stone arches and rooftop views, with mid-range prices between 150 and 200 USD. For budget-friendly options, look just beyond the historic center in neighborhoods like Zona Ottava or near the train station, where simple guest houses and B&Bs range from 80 to 130 USD per night, a great value without losing that Puglian charm. How to get around Ostuni. Ostuni's Old Town is best explored on foot. Its narrow alleys and staircases are pedestrian only. For reaching the beaches, nearby villages, or countryside masserie, a rental car is the most flexible option. Taxis are available but limited, so book ahead when possible. During peak season, tuk-tuk tours are a fun way to explore the town and the surrounding olive groves. Day 1. The White City Core. History, views, and local life. Morning. Breakfast. Your first day in Ostuni begins at La Gilda, a stylish cafe tucked along a quiet street in the heart of the Old Town. Settle in on the shaded terrace for a peaceful start, and choose from light options like salmon toast, pancakes, or yogurt with granola, all paired with oat milk lattes or specialty brews. Most breakfast dishes range from 5 to 10 USD, making it an affordable yet elevated way to ease into the day. The charming setting and slower pace here set the tone for the magic that follows. Walk the cobbled streets of Ostuni's Old Town. Step into the storybook beauty of Ostuni's historic core, where every corner feels hand-painted in white. As you wander through the labyrinth of narrow alleys and sun-drenched staircases, you'll pass flower-filled balconies, colorful doorways, and artisan shops selling handmade ceramics and jewelry. Begin from Via Cattedrale and simply let the streets guide you. There's no wrong turn here. You might hear notes of a street musician echoing through a quiet piazza or glimpse the Adriatic Sea between rooftops. It's not just a walk, it's your first true encounter with the soul of the White City. With each step, Ostuni reveals itself not through big landmarks, but through tiny, unforgettable details. The texture of ancient stone underfoot, a cat stretched across a windowsill, or a hidden staircase that seems to lead nowhere and everywhere at once. This is the kind of place where getting lost is not a mistake, it's the point. Visit the Duomo di Ostuni. At the highest point of the Old Town, the Duomo di Ostuni rises like a crown above the maze of whitewashed streets. Built in the 15th century, this cathedral is a striking blend of Gothic and Romanesque architecture, sculpted from warm golden pietra gentile stone that glows under the Apulian sun. Its facade is a work of art in itself, but your eyes are drawn immediately to the rose window, a stunning 24-ray wheel that radiates out in perfect symmetry. It's one of the largest of its kind in Europe, and it gives the entire building a quiet sense of grandeur and grace. Step inside and the noise of the town fades. You're surrounded by frescoed ceilings, stone columns, and soft natural light illuminating centuries of craftsmanship. A statue of St. Francis stands in still reflection near the altar, as if watching over the space and its visitors alike. Entrance is free, and while most visits are brief, the feeling you carry out with you of light, space, and silence may linger much longer than expected. Arcoscopa. Just steps from the cathedral, you'll find one of Ostuni's most iconic photo spots, the Arcoscopa. This elegant 18th century stone arch gracefully connects the bishop's palace with the old seminary, forming a striking bridge over the narrow street below. Carved with delicate details and backed by the warm glow of local stone, it frames the piazzetta like a scene from a Baroque painting. Pause for a photo under the arch, grab a coffee from the small cafe nearby, and soak in the rhythm of local life unfolding around you. It's a perfect spot to linger before delving deeper into Ostuni's historical heart. Late morning, Diocese Museum of Ostuni. Tucked beside the cathedral in the former bishop's palace, the Diocese Museum of Ostuni offers a quiet and refined glimpse into the town's sacred and artistic heritage. Inside, you'll find centuries-old religious art, manuscripts, and archaeological finds from the region. Highlights include the intricate icons, stone carvings, and relics that trace Ostuni's spiritual legacy throughout the ages. The setting itself is beautiful, with ornate ceilings, antique wood, and soft natural light filtering through. Entrance costs about $5 and you'll only need about 30 to 45 minutes to explore, but it's the perfect cultural counterpoint to the open-air drama of the Old Town. Galleria Orizzonti Arte Contemporanea. Step from centuries past into the present with a visit to the Galleria Orizzonti Arte Contemporanea. Located just steps from the Duomo, this intimate gallery showcases a bold mix of sculptures, paintings, and mixed media from both locals and international artists. It's a surprising contrast to the ancient stone outside, modern, expressive, and thoughtfully curated. Whether you're drawn to minimalist forms or vibrant storytelling, there's something here that will catch your eye. Entry is free, and it only takes about 20 to 30 minutes to explore. Afternoon. Lunch. When lunchtime rolls around, you've got two great ways to taste the soul of Ostuni. For a more casual, budget-friendly option, grab a table at Osteria Pizzeria Sant'Oronzo, where hearty pizzas and classic orecchiette dishes come in around $20 to $25 per person for a full meal with a drink. If you're in the mood for something a bit more traditional and generous, head to Trattoria Sampir I Sapori. This rustic favorite is known for its antipasti platters, local pastas, and house wine, with full meals averaging $25 to $30 per person. Both spots are close by, beloved by locals, and guaranteed to leave you full and happy. Museum of Pre-Classical Civilizations of Southern Mergia. Just steps away from the cathedral, inside a former monastery along Via Cattedrale, you'll find one of Ostuni's most extraordinary stories. This museum houses the remains of the Woman of Ostuni, a 28,000-year-old pregnant woman whose burial site was discovered nearby in the Agnano Cave. Her skeleton is displayed in a striking recreation of the ceremonial grave, complete with seashell ornaments and protective positioning. The rest of the museum explores prehistoric life in southern Mergia through artifacts, tools, and beautifully presented archaeological exhibits. Entry costs around $5, and it's an essential stop if you want to truly understand how deep Ostuni's history runs, far deeper than its whitewashed walls suggest. Porta Azzurra. Just above the old town, along a quiet uphill lane, you'll stumble upon Porta Azzurra, a striking blue door set against sunlit white walls, flanked by potted cacti and trailing greenery. It's the kind of detail that feels casually perfect, like it was placed there just for you to find. The contrast of deep blue against white limestone is pure southern Italy, and yes, it's made for a photo. But more than that, it captures the unpolished beauty of Ostuni. Humble, lived in, and effortlessly cinematic. Frame your shot if you'd like, but don't forget to look past the lens. There's a view just beyond the door where olive groves stretch toward the horizon, soft and endless. Late afternoon, Piazza della Libertà. At the foot of the old town, the energy shifts as you enter Piazza della Libertà, Ostuni's open-air living room. Bordered by elegant palaces and watched over by the Colonna di Sant'Oranzo, this spacious square blends centuries of history with the hum of local life. Locals gather beneath the Chiesa di San Francesco, kids play in the corners, and the cafes fill with conversation. It's the kind of place that invites you to sit, breathe, and simply observe. From here, the town spills upward in layers, each street inviting you further into its sunlit maze. Insider tip: don't leave the square without a scoop from Cremeria alla Scala just around the corner. Their gelato is made on site, starts from $4, and is a true local favorite. Belvedere di Ostuni. As golden hour settles over the rooftops, make your way to the Belvedere di Ostuni, a peaceful overlook where the white city seems to float above a sea of olive trees. From this elevated perch at Piazzetta Martini della Foibe, you'll take in panoramic views that stretch across the Valle d'Itria, from winding stone paths to the distant shimmer of the Adriatic Sea. This isn't just a photo stop, it's a pause, a chance to take in the scale of the landscape you've been walking through and to feel the rhythm of the town slow with the light. As the sun dips lower, the city glows softly, and Ostuni offers a rare moment of stillness that feels both ancient and entirely your own. Evening, dinner. For a dinner with a view to remember, head to Ristorante La Vecchia Terrazza, perched just above the valley at the edge of the old town. This intimate spot blends local flavors with a panoramic setting ideal for savoring the last light over the Itria Valley. Order a glass of Apulian wine and settle in for a meal of fresh seafood, handmade pasta, or grilled meats, with full dinners averaging around $30 to $40 per person. Whether you're toasting the day or simply taking it all in, this is the kind of place where the view lingers just as long as the flavors. Day 2. History, coast, and countryside tastes. Morning, breakfast. After a night of golden city lights and quiet cobblestone strolls, a new side of Ostuni awaits, one that begins with the scent of coffee and the sound of a slow morning breeze. At Burro Cafe, breakfast is a blend of tradition and freshness. Choose from buttery pastries, seasonal juices, creamy yogurt with granola, or their ever-popular avocado toast. The atmosphere is bright, easy, and full of local charm. For $6 to $10, it's the kind of breakfast that sets the pace for a day meant to unfold slowly. Insider tip: if it's Saturday and you're in the mood for a local experience, swing by the Mercato del Sabato after breakfast. It's just a short walk from the center and offers a lively look at Puglian life, cheese stalls, fresh produce, and real-deal energy. Santa Maria di Agnano Archaeological Park and Grotta. Just a short drive southwest of Ostuni's historic center lies one of the region's most important archaeological sites, Santa Maria di Agnano. Tucked into a rocky hillside surrounded by olive trees, this peaceful park is home to ancient ruins, panoramic viewpoints, and the prehistoric cave where the famous Woman of Ostuni was discovered, a ceremonial burial dating back nearly 28,000 years. You'll follow a short path walking through the landscape before reaching the grotto itself, where layers of history and ritual still echo in the stone. Entry is around $4, and while the site remains quiet and largely unnoticed, the stories it holds are monumental. Late morning, Spaggia di Torre Pozzelle and Costa Merlata. From the quiet hills of Agnano, continue east toward the coast just 15 minutes by car, where the landscape opens under the turquoise edge of the Adriatic. Spaggia di Torre Pozzelle is one of the region's hidden gems, a wild, unpolished stretch of coastline where rocky outcrops, soft sandy patches, and 5 secluded coves offer a raw, untouched beauty. The ruins of a medieval watchtower still keep watch over the sea, adding a whisper of history to this tranquil stretch. There's no entrance fee, no beach clubs, no soundtrack but the wind and the waves. Just you, the sun, and the slow rhythm of the coast. It's the kind of place that rewards those who go looking. And if you feel like extending the moment, nearby Costa Merlata offers another peaceful corner of shoreline, more coves, more sea, and the same unspoiled quiet that makes this part of Puglia feel like a secret. Afternoon, Masseria La Mapacora. After your coastal pause, head inland through quiet country roads to reach Masseria La Mapacora, a family-run dairy farm nestled in the countryside just outside Ostuni. Here the pace shifts, the air smells of grass and sun-warmed stone, and the only sounds are distant birds and the rhythm of work in the dairy kitchen. This is where the real flavor of Puglia begins to unfold. You'll watch as skilled hands transform fresh local milk into mozzarella, burrata, and stracciatella, shaping each piece with practiced ease. It's not a performance, it's just how they do things here. Then comes the tasting, a generous farmhouse-style spread of fresh and aged cheeses, paper-thin salami, grilled vegetables, focaccia, tarali, and whatever else is in season that day. The setting is rustic, the welcome is warm, and every bite feels like a quiet celebration of the land itself. Expect to spend around 25 to 30 USD per person for the full experience, which includes both the live demonstration and the tasting board. Santoro Winery, wine tasting and lunch. Just a short drive from the Masseria, you'll arrive at Santoro Winery, tucked into the countryside at Contrada Foggia di Sauro. This family-run vineyard has cultivated native Puglian grapes for 5 generations, producing elegant expressions of Susumaniello, Verdecca, Malvasia Nera, and more. Your visit begins with a peaceful stroll through the vines, followed by a tour of the cellar and production room, where organic methods meet time-honored tradition, then settle in for a long countryside lunch, paired with multiple wines and a table full of focaccia, cheeses, cold cuts, olives, and tarali. The ambiance is warm, rustic, and welcoming. The full tasting and lunch experience is typically priced around 40 to 45 USD per person, and it's worth every sip. Late afternoon, Kigli Messapica Village Stroll. After a long, wine-filled lunch, ease into the late afternoon with a walk through Kigli Messapica, one of the oldest towns in Puglia and one of its most overlooked. Tucked into the Valle d'Itria hills, Kigli trades postcard polish for real-world character. Its whitewashed homes are a little more weathered, its rhythm slower, its soul unmistakably lived in. Wander through narrow, uneven alleyways where laundry hangs between balconies and the scent of baking bread drifts from open doorways. Find your way to Piazza Plebisco, where the heart of the town beats gently beneath the Church of St. Roch and its iconic clock tower. Nearby, the Ducal Castle stands solid and understated, a reminder of the centuries this town has quietly endured. There's no checklist here, just a feeling, a sense that time has paused and you're exactly where you're meant to be. In Kigli, the afternoon becomes its own kind of digestivo, unhurried, authentic, and quietly unforgettable. Gelato and pastry stop. Still in the heart of Kigli Messapica, this is the perfect moment to indulge in something sweet before heading back to Ostuni. You can't go wrong with either Les Folies, a pasticceria cafe gelateria known for its high-quality pastries and gelato, or Pasticceria Martinese, a beloved bakery famous for its morning cornetti, evening panzerotti, and creamy gelato. Both offer artisanal flavors like hazelnut, pistachio, and seasonal fruit sorbets. A scoop starts from about 4 USD, and a pastry can easily round out the treat. Evening, dinner. Back in Ostuni, your evening ends with a meal as memorable as the journey. For something scenic and relaxed, head to Borgo Antico Bistro, a terraced restaurant perched along the city walls. Come for the view, stay for a light dinner, or aperitivo with local wines and small plates that are perfect at sunset, with prices starting at around 25 USD per person. If you're ready for a richer, more traditional dining experience, book a table at Osteria del Tempo Perso. Set inside a centuries-old cave, this osteria is known for its house-made orecchiette, grilled meats, and deep Puglian flavors. Expect to spend around 35 to 45 USD per person for a full dinner with wine. Either choice ends the day in the best way Puglia knows how: slow, flavorful, and full of soul. Some places stay with you, and Ostuni is one of them. From sun-bleached alleys to wine shared under olive trees, every moment here feels timeless. But this is just one chapter of a much bigger story. If you're ready to delve deeper into this unforgettable region, don't miss our full Puglia tour, where we explore everything from truly villages to coastal cliffs and hidden inland gems. Keep traveling with us and let the rhythm of southern Italy carry you further.